This is the homework for 251, 253, 254A and B, and 255. For 251, you need to simplify the expressions by combining like terms, if possible. So I've color-coded the like terms. So all of the x terms are green, integer is blue, and x squared is red. So think of these, if we were using algebra tiles, each of these would be a different tile. So this would be an x tile, a unit tile, and an x squared tile. So now we're going to combine the like terms. So we have x plus x is 2x, plus 2x is 4x, minus x is 3x. So we have 3x. 4x, there's only 4x squared, there's only one term with an x squared, and then the integer -3. So there are no other like terms to combine here. So I did it alphabetical order in descending exponential order. So 4x squared, 3x minus 3. 251b, again, we're combining like terms. So you can see all of the x squared terms. There's 3 of them. And then there are 3 x terms. So we have 8x squared plus 10x squared is 18x squared, minus 13x squared is 5x squared. And then we have 25x minus 1x is negative 26x, plus 3x is negative 23x. For 51c, you can see that there are no other like terms. There are no other x terms, and there are no other y terms. So we have 4x plus 3y. For D, we have y squared and y squared, so 4y squared minus 2y squared is 2y squared. And then there's only this one term that has xy, so we have 3xy. And then now we look at the integers. 20 plus 10 is 30, minus 3 is 27. For 253, we needed to sketch this graph. And if company A started out with more profit than company B, so here's company A and company B, determine which line represents A and which line represents B. Well, this is company A because you can see that here is the profit, and as you increase on the y-axis, so does the profit. So this company A started out with more profit. The further we go down the y-axis, the closer we get to 0, the origin. For part B, and how many years will both companies have the same profit? Well, if we look at this point right here, this is called the point of intersection. So this is where these two lines cross or meet. Think of an intersection where two streets meet. So here we have in the time 3 years, both companies will have approximately $65,000. For part D, which company's profits are growing more quickly, and how can you tell? Well, just looking at these lines, the steeper the line is, the incline, the greater rate of change. Think of a ski slope. The steeper the ski slope is, the faster you would be going. So the same is true for the line on the graph. The steeper the line is, the greater the rate of change. So the more profit per year. For problem 254, you need to evaluate each expression to find y. So here you're given the value of x. X equals -6. So we're going to substitute x with the value of -6. So I put the value of -6 in parentheses. This is multiplication. So now we have y equals 2 plus 4 and 3/10 multiplied by -6. Remember that we have to follow the order of operations. So GEMDOS, grouping symbols. And within the grouping symbols, there are no operations to perform. So now we look for exponents. We don't have any exponents. Now we do multiplication and division from left to right. So 4 and 3/10 multiplied by -6 equals a -25 and 8/10. So 2 minus 25 and 8/10 equals -23 and 8/10. So y equals -23 and 8/10. For 54b, we have x equals 9. So we're going to substitute x with 9. So now we have 9 minus 3. It used to be x minus 3, but we gave a value for x, which is 9. And now we're going to follow the order of operations, GEMDOS. So we have grouping symbols. So now within these parentheses, grouping symbols, we do have an operation to perform, 9 minus 3. So 9 minus 3 is 6. Then after grouping, we have exponents. So we do have an exponent. And we have 6 squared. So remember, 6 squared is not 6 times 2. It's 6 multiplied by 6. So 6 multiplied by 6 equals 36. So y equals 36. Problem 255. When baking cupcakes for his class of 21 students, Sammy needed 2 eggs. Now he wants to bake cupcakes for the upcoming science fair. If he expects 336 people to attend the science fair, how many eggs will he need? So this is a proportional relationship. We have students and eggs. So I set it up, eggs over people. And we know that for 21 students or 21 people, he needs 2 eggs. So if he expects 336 people, how many eggs will he need? So that's our variable because we don't know how many eggs. So I use the variable x. Now we're going to cross multiply. And we have 21 multiplied by x and 2 multiplied by 336. So we have 21 multiplied by x is 21x. 2 multiplied by 336 is 672. So now we do inverse operations to try to isolate the variable, find the value of x. So this is multiplication. Inverse property of multiplication is division. So we divide both sides by 21. This gives us the giant 1. 21 divided by 21 is 1. What you do to one side, you do the other. So 672 divided by 21 equals 32. So Sammy will need 32 eggs to bake cupcakes for 336 people. So this x is 32. So 32 eggs for 336 people.